Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Welcome home. Yeah, completely and totally, as always, fully dependent on where you are in relation to these messages, this energy, and this channel, and this week. Here's the deal. We're talking about the week of April the 11th through the 17th of 2022. And let's just get right into it, shall we? We start this week off with a Leo Moon. So we're definitely going to be in our feelings, right? Leo Moon. I feel, therefore I am. And that's a beautiful thing, right? I feel, therefore I am. So here's the deal. We have Saturn squaring the nodes. We have Pluto squaring Mercury. We have the Moon squaring Uranus. No matter what you feel like you're stuck in, the key is knowing that it's changeable, it's shiftable, right? Knowing that you can change it and that deciding to change it sometimes is all the change that is required. Let me say that again. Sometimes deciding to change a thing is all that's required to put that change into effect, right? And then things just roll through like dominoes, like the butterfly effect. I feel, therefore I am, right? With that Saturn squaring the nodes, it's a glass half full kind of day, right? You and your perspective are what is required. You do you, for real, right? For real. You think, you feel, therefore you are. Right? I feel, therefore I am. On Tuesday. Ooh, guys, this is a big day. Hello. We begin this day with a Leo Moon opposition to Mars and quincunx Pluto. And then the Moon shifts signs into Virgo. And minutes after that, literally like a half an hour after, we have a Jupiter Neptune conjunction in Pisces. Pisces, of course, right? The ruler of Neptune. So, Neptune is sitting, I really want to say, in her home energy, because I do not witness Neptune as a masculine energy at all. I never have. So I'm going to say it that way. Neptune is sitting in her home energy of Pisces. And here's the deal. This is one of our social planets, right, Jupiter, and one of our transpersonal planets, Neptune. So this is about experience and the ethers. This is about that knowledge and experience equals wisdom, and what is transcendent beyond wisdom, right? The overarching behind of wisdom. How we are divinely connected to what we experience as wisdom. Okay, does that make sense? Because we gain wisdom through our 3D experience, right? Through filtering it through that beyond, behind, that transcended energetic, right? It is what we know of divinity, right? It's what we know of magic. It's what we experience as our highest and best. Leading with compassion, right? Absolutely required this week, right? Individually and collectively. And it's about that potential. It's about that potential, and how we deepen, how we dive into it, and whatever it is that we're going to accomplish and do with that Jupiter energy, right? How we feel into that next right thing is that Neptune energy. And so as the moon then moves into Virgo, as that conjunction happens, and then later in the day, right, we have a beautiful trine to Mercury, and the sun then sextiles Saturn. It's about doing, right? it's important to gather the motivation, the passion, the understanding of the why, but then it's also equally important to put that into action. I mean, there's a lot, but that's the scratching of the surface, right? And with the moon in Virgo at that time, function, right? Compassionate service is, in my opinion, the key word of this particular conjunction. Yeah. On Wednesday, the Virgo Moon is in opposition to Venus. Also aspects Chiron and Uranus. Here's the deal. Pay attention to the little things, right? Pay attention to the little things. Lean into the ethereal, but also mind the material. This is a week of balance, right? Balance, 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 especially with Venus opposing the moon. Don't bog down in the details, right? We have a Virgo moon. We're going to want to do that. We're going to want to get a little picky. We're going to want to get a little fussy. And you can distract yourself in those things. But Venus in Pisces wants the undulation, right? The sensual experience with those half-closed eyelids. That experience of euphoria, that experience of ecstasy. The Virgo moon, right, asks you, right, to pay attention to the appearance. But here's the deal, that Virgo moon beneath it is not about appearance at all. The key, not overthinking, right? And as we feel that trine to Uranus, this is about giving way, right? And witnessing what can be explosive and ecstatic at the same time, right? What can be explosive and ecstatic at the same time? It's all there. On Thursday, right? Again, we're in that process where the thinks are giving way to the feels, right? Friction is giving way to the pearl, right? The Virgo moon opposes that Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. We've also got big aspects to the sun and Saturn and Mars, right? Asking you to be, right, what you are, but also to mind that blur in the edging as the moon moves into Libra and Mars moves into Pisces. You have the opportunity to dissolve, right? To allow good to give way, right? When it comes to perfection. We have a grand Earth trine, the North Node, Pluto, and the Moon. The North Node, Pluto, and the Moon, shaking up your idea of what your experience is, what it needs to be, what the powering of your experience is, and how it's going to shape and invite you into your future existence. Can you unhinge the concept of perfection and simply allow for goodness? It's a great question. Can you? Can you? As Mars moves into Pisces, you might want to explore that, right? Just take the concept of perfect off the shelf and just be in the moment. Be perfectly in the moment, right? Give it a shot. On Friday, we have the moon, the Libra moon, opposing Chiron, right? And aspecting both Mercury and Venus and Uranus in succession. So how is your experience? How is your expression? Where are you feeling insecurity? What is the inception point of your story? Where is an imbalance in your feelings, right? Remember that being off balance can can be a dance. It's all about how you move, right? Like we all saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where he says, I meant to do that, right? Mean to do it. Just mean to be off balance, and it's a dance. Mean to be off balance. Welcome the experience of where that chaotic feeling might take you. Again, unhinge your concept of perfection and welcome goodness. Welcome serendipity. Welcome whatever shows up. Right? Yeah, just I meant to do that. And then there it is. On Saturday, we have a full moon in Libra. This is a big deal. This full moon happens squaring Pluto. Here's the deal, though. We'll talk about that full moon a little bit more, but please pay attention because we have some aspects that really, really create variability, right? How are you balancing? How are you the variable in your own equation, right? Are you seeking that fixed balance point? That's one thing, but I would recommend that the energies are asking you to be in your feels as opposed to your fixations, right? Who are you in the balance? How are you the variable? These are the questions. And this full moon in Libra is really asking you to be mindful of yourself and how you are in relation to, right? How you are in relation to. And then the moon squares Pluto, right? This is a big deal. And then the moon moves into Scorpio and trines Mars. How are you acting from your feelings? How are you acting from your depths? How are you putting things into action from your deepest points? Right? What do you want? What do you desire? That moon in Scorpio is all about desire. Are you creating from your desire? Are you moving forward from your deepest desire? Mars in Pisces requires you to be in alignment with your deepest desire so that your trajectory goes where that is. Where it is. The key is to be drawn forward, invited by your feels, right? Not thinking by your thoughts. Big difference, big difference. And then on Sunday, so we have aspects to Chiron. We have an opposition to Mercury, a trine to Venus, which really, really can save this day in terms of the way you're creating, right? And then an opposition to Uranus. And then Mercury sextiles Venus and Uranus. What? This doesn't make sense to me right now. Anyway, please mind your mouth. This is a key here. Minding your mouth. Words can sting and words can change your life, right? Words can create and words can destroy. With this moon in Scorpio, please be mindful about what you're saying and what you're not saying. Secrets, right? No. Get them all out there, right? With that moon square Pluto on Saturday near that full moon. What you don't say can ruin your life because what you hide has power over you, right? And as we have this Venus, Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter, Neptune, what you're hiding can control you. So how you're speaking it, how you're saying it, and how you're keeping it holstered as opposed to putting it out there is going to, not may, is going to affect everything that you're creating. Right? And in this big picture week, you don't want to keep anything under the rug. Right? We talked last week. That will not stand. That will not stand anymore. So anyway, let's get into it, shall we? On Monday, we've got the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Cups, right? This is that day we talked about Saturn is squaring the nodes. Pluto is squaring Mercury. The moon is squaring Uranus, right? Butterfly effect. I feel, therefore I am. Here's the deal. Five of Wands is about contention, right? It's about where you're posturing. What are you holding on to? And this is Wands energy. So this is fire. It's passion, right? Passionate feelings. We've got a Leo moon, and then we've got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is this beautiful wish fulfillment energy, right? So again, we're really, really talking about is your glass half full? Well, guess what? The Nine of Cups glass is all the way full. He's not just half full. He's got all those cups and they're all filled. And he understands what it's worth defending, right? Where are we going to decide that we can shift and change, right? We see this lovely, well, you know what? I'm going to say, I'm seeing this as a nine, right? You see the I and the X there, like in Roman numerals, that would be 9. I don't know why that's showing itself right now, but we're going to call it. 9 of Wands is about what you defend. 5 of Wands is about what you defend needlessly, right? What you just stand in your own stubbornness on. So let's have a conversation about, right, what we talked about. No matter what you're stuck in, know that you can change it. Well, guess what? You can. You can change it. You can change and switch up to this beautiful wish fulfillment energy, this fully sufficient, fully full cups energy. What you're feeling is what you are, right? And so what you do about that really does create your whole emotional experience. What is in your heart is how you fulfill yourself. It's your capacity. So if you're standing on ceremony, if you're standing on this need to be right, if you're standing on some kind of no, this is just where my boots are right now. I'm stuck here. This is what I've chosen. So this is what I'm stuck with. If that's in the way of your fulfillment, there's only one person that can change that, and who is that? It's you. Okay, on Tuesday, right? We talked about this Leo moon, opposed to Mars, and then moves into Virgo before this Jupiter Neptune conjunction. Again, it's about divine connectivity. Again, it's about leading with compassion. Again, it's about the depths, your depths, right? Dive in. Whatever it is, you've got to do it. So we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of ideological confusion and choice, right? We must make a choice. She's got two paths, right? And every possibility available to her in her beautiful starry, I want to say cloak, but it's really not. In the dress of her being. Okay, I'm really laboring an analogy. Let's just let it go. She has two paths and she has to make a choice, right? This is always a blind choice. And the blind choice is always about feeling, right? If we lead with logic here, we're doing ourselves a disservice. But the choice must be made. Let's have this conversation about this Five of Cups, right? We know Five of Cups is about it's about focusing on what you don't have. It's about focusing on hurt, betrayal. It's about focusing on your pain instead of what's available to you. So these three spilled cups, right? These three spilled cups, again, we have this energetic that is asking us, what are you doing, right? The moon opposed to Mars, the moon indirect Pluto. And then moving into Virgo, where are you focused? Where are you focused upon which choice, right? Are you focusing on what you don't have, or are you grateful for what's available to you? Do, right? Dive into the depths. Whatever it is, make the choice. Whatever is going to bring you to this point of fullness, right? Wherever you're standing on ceremony, release it, right? It's simply a matter of taking one of these beautiful swords of truth and making a choice. There's no wrong way to do it, whatever it is. If you're divinely connected, if you're acting through your whole concept of wisdom and our, as that knowledge plus experience, right? We have knowledge, we have experience. Make your choices. What are you carrying, right? Where are you going? That's a beautiful option, especially with Jupiter and Neptune demanding that you be in your potential. In your potential. Wednesday, little things, right? We've got the King of Swords, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful energy. King of Swords, okay, so whatever choice you made, you're in it. You're in it now. You have made this, he's got both. He is transformed, right? He is in mastery of his idea. He has transformed the situation. One of the things I really love about the Swords in Tarot is that they are abstract, they are conceptual, they are about ideas and communication and expression. But there's so much transformational possibility within it because there's always butterflies, right? There's always butterflies. The king, the queen, they have the power to transform. Like your ideas have the power to transform your experience, right? We talked about this even on Monday. Deciding to change is the change, right? We talked about it as being the butterfly effect. So on Wednesday, this gorgeous Nine of Pentacles, right? Self-sufficiency. This is about knowing that you have the resources to get anything done that you want to. She is fully capable, right? She's glorious and gorgeous. She is 100% in her own sourcing. And we have the King of Swords, who is the master of his story, right? Leaning into the ethereal while minding the material, right? The balance. Venus in Pisces, opposing that moon in Virgo. Don't bog down in the details. There's no need to. You know why? These butterflies are inviting you to be in that euphoric experience. Not overthinking it. He doesn't overthink. The King of Swords is not an overthinker, right? Maybe the Page of Swords is an overthinker. Maybe the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, these are overthinking energies. The King of Swords is not an overthinker, right? He has given way to the shift. He is standing in that I am fully resourced in my own truth, right? I'm not bogged down in the details, not at all. I'm in balance. I have leaned into the ethereal butterflies. I am minding my material, right? So on Wednesday, balance, right? Balance. What's in your head? What's being created by those ideas? This is important. On Thursday, the things are giving way to the feels, right? We've got the Ten of Pentacles. We have got the King of Wands. Look, this is hot energy, y'all. Ten of Pentacles is about legacy. It's about witnessing who and what you are in your own self-resourced way, really stepping into the fullness of expandedness, right? It's about how the friction gives way to the pearl. And we have this gorgeous King of Wands, right? So we have more king energy. This is boss energy. This is really being in mastery of having the balance between your embodiment and your concept of mastery. When it comes to that fire element, when it comes to your inspiration, your passion, right? That concept of euphoria, that concept of how you're creating in your fullness, right? How you got from this nine, the me energy, the I am, I feel, therefore I am, to I can extend, I can hand that off, right? I can blur that edge and incorporate more. I have the capacity to bring something and someone else into that witnessing. Here's the deal. The moon moves into Libra on this day. Mars moves into Pisces on this day. So again, how are you dissolving this concept of me to include the concept of we, right? 10 is the widest, right? And again, we're talking about unhinging perfect, so that we have room for good, right? There's no need for perfect, right? Perfect is just an idea. Perfect is every moment. Perfect is every moment. Perfect is every moment. There is no, there's no like dot, dot, dot. That's just the way that it is. And so as we have the sun and Saturn and Mars, right, asking you, what are you doing? Who are you being? Who are you, right? We also have this Virgo moon opposing Jupiter and Neptune saying, look what you've created. Look who you are. Look what you've done, right? Look at the perfection in every moment. Look at your full state of resource that is available to you in every moment. And as you are the mastery of your own motivation, your own passionate creation, this is just who and what you are, right? The friction gives way to the pearls if you allow it, if you allow it. Look, check this out. Come on. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Empress. What an energy. What an energy. Friday, right? On Friday, we talked about this as the inception point of your story, right? The expression, the experience. Are you imbalanced in any way? And remembering that off balance can be a dance. If you meant to do it, then it is part of a beautiful movement of ecstasy, right? Ecstatic motion. We have the Empress, right? This is pure Venus energy. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Again, these are both amazing, divinely fertile, divinely abundant, divinely resourced energies that allow you to really create whatever it is that you have intended, wherever you are in that place of I feel, therefore I am, and you've planted those seeds. These are reassuring you, these are validating for you that all of those energies are being cared for, right? Your inception point is what will grow, right? It's not a question. There's no need to stand in insecurity. There's no need to worry about what you're doing not being part of the dance, right? We've got this beautiful 9, we've got this glorious 10, and then we have the Queen showing up to say, here we are, coupled with the Empress. You can't miss. You can't miss with this one, right? Put your insecurities down. And then it heats up even more, right? We've got this full moon in Libra. Who are you in your balance? Where are you in terms of how your feelings are fixed or focused, right? You get to choose. The key is, what are you feeling? So we have the Page of Wands and we have Strength. So the Page of Wands, this is about new feelings coming in, right? We talked about this being a balance between the who of who you are and the who of who you are in relation to, right? Who are you in the balance between those things? And as the moon squares Pluto, finding the plumb line all the way to the bottom, right? All the way to the bottom. Strength is about taming the beasts within, right? And so understanding that your motivation is always to find that bottom point, right? At the bottom, that's why we do excavation, right? To find the foundation at the bottom, whatever it is, we have to dig and dig and dig until we get to solid ground before we can balance, right? Before we can put our feet on the ground. We have to know what it is, where we've gone. And strength is also about faith, right? It's faith that we are able not only to get to the bottom, but that we're able to then plant our feet and gain that firm foundation. And as this full moon in Libra asks you, who are you and who are you in relation to? It is not going to accept anything less, right? Squaring Pluto and then the moon moving into Scorpio, than really who you are at your depth, right? We talked last week about how bullshit no longer stands. Again, it does not. It does not. This full moon is going to shine the light on anything that is left over. Anything that is left over. Fearless, right? Nothing less than fearless. On Sunday, we've got strength again. We've got the 10 of Cups. I mean, this week is really inviting you into your fullness, right? The thing that I do want to say is on Sunday, Strength and 10 of Cups is beautiful pairing, right? It brings this energy of this full moon right into the next phase of this Scorpio moon, right? This next phase of Mercury sextiling Venus, of Mercury being in opposition to Uranus, right? Creation and destruction. And the 10 of Cups really says, what you created, where your faith was this week, the dance that you did with your story, with your narrative, the way that you created, right, from this desire, how you pulled it forward, what you were able to let go of, where you were able to witness in your own faith, what is your potential for the highest, what you were able to let go of and witness as, yes, I can. Yes, I did plant these seeds and I meant to plant them. And I am in witness to what is coming on my behalf, right? The way that you have shown faith is the way that this week ends, your creation and destruction, right? If you were able to ditch your secrets and shine the light in your depths. If not, you're not going to feel this in exactly the same way that you have the potential to feel it. So preload your week with how you're speaking it. Preload your week, right? Jupiter and Neptune are conjunct. So this is about really not being in any kind of illusion, knowing that what you're planting is coming to light, knowing that anything that is left undone, left unsaid, left in the dark is going to be in your way by the end of this week, right? That your balance is only as good as your foundation. So if you do the work this week, you will claim such a beautiful victory. But if you still have those slivers of secret, if you still have those things unspoken, those things undone, those frayed ends, right? They are going to come back and bite you before the end of this week. So please, I ask you, you are your choices. Make them wisely, right? Make them wisely all week long. Make them wisely all week long. And be mindful. Look at that. Come to the edge. Look how beautiful that card is. It's a 9 card, right? 9 is about integration of lessons. So let's see what this has to say. Come to the edge, courage, taking a leap of faith, right? Overcoming fear and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. I think we talked about that. I think that's what we talked about all week, right? Of being present with what you don't need to choose, right? Being present with where your joy is available to you, of taking the road that is offered, knowing that it's fully resourced along the way, knowing that it's available, right? Your mastery is available to you. There's just so much goodness available, if you're fearless, right? If you're fearless, with this full moon this week, the balance is available to you, right? Some weeks are about getting shit done, and some weeks are about kicking back and being witness to what is coming. This is about being in the middle of what is and choosing every option available to you, always choosing from your highest, right? Choose joy, choose contentment, choose satisfaction, choose love, choose love, choose love every time. Choose the depths, choose to dive, choose to magnify, choose to amplify, choose to know that what you're creating is solid, right? Choose the strongest foundation. Trust it. Trust it, right? The universe literally says, trust it, y'all. Ooh, so much is available. Dare, right? Dare this week. Dare to be in your depths and balance there. Choose to let go of perfect. Choose to accept what is good. And that's got a capital G. Right? Choose to witness. Ooh, okay. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. Leave nothing buried. Choose. Choose balance. Yeah. We will talk about the full moon a little more in depth, but be in it. Be in it. Choose your balance. Big blessings.